if you ask somebody that what is question answering, that most of the people will say that it's just a simple process. Somebody asks the question, you give the answer. But questioning is a kind of process, and answering is also kind of process. And both these processes together form a kind of process where you are having hell lot of information from both sides. Now, when you have so much information and exchange it, then the context of words, their specific uses, their the kind of different means in writing, we do have punctuations, but in speaking also, while having the question answer session, that might be taken or given in different forms. You may have specific language based understanding of a particular thing. So that's why the NLP comes into focus. And obviously, with the help of question answering, what is the motto? The motto is information retrieval. That's why we are asking question and somebody is giving answer. So this whole thing has grown into a big computer science domain where you are going to have numerous kind of questions, numerous kind of answers, and you are going to have a kind of system where you are going to retrieve some useful information because from a very huge pool of questions and answers. So today our focus is just to explore the question and answering, and we are going to have a kind of technical analysis of the kind of techniques related, the kind of key terms, the data sets, the models, and the other some related basic things with respect to this particular domain. So let's just start. So hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are going to have a specific analysis of question answering domain in NLP. Now, when we always discuss some particular domain, and we always discuss some of the related or quietly good related paper or the web page or some data set or something like that. So today we are discussing this Stanford question answering data set, in short, QUAD. So this QUAD discusses that question answering is an important NLP task. And why not? Because in today's time, question answering systems are used in search engines. They are used in different conversational interfaces. And depending on the lot of questions, depending on the kind of context, they are supposed to put forward or give you a suitable answer, which is going to just quench the thirst of the user or the reader. So moving forward, we are going to have a lot of information on this particular page. But before moving forward or before going into the specific topics or the articles which are given over here, let me just elaborate the topic. And let me introduce you some of the basic things with respect to question answering. So question answering, in short, is a task of answering questions, as I have already told you. But can it be segmented? Yes, it can be segmented into specifically means a domain specific task and the community questions because many times we say that this question is a kind of individual question, this question is a kind of community question. Okay, so you can have the individual discussion also, you can have the community based discussion also. So that's why the segmentation comes into the picture in this particular question answering thing also. Then if you are having some knowledge base, then the things gets different. You have the storage capacity, you have sort of some existing knowledge base, then what is the size and all this, what type of modalities are there, what sort of dimensions you are having in your data, multi-dimensional data set is there or single dimension data set. All these things are there. And there are different data sets which are set the different sorts of benchmark in the field. So a lot of question answering data sets are there, including QUAD that whose page I have shown you. And additionally, you have the trivia question answer, you have the wiki question answer, wiki QA, trivia QA, etc. So all these things are together form this particular domain question answering. Now coming to the discussion of benchmarks, as I have already told you that QUAD is just one. Additionally, you have the natural questions, you have the hotpot QA, you have the truthful QA. Additionally, more than 100 data sets you can find, and those data sets are quite of substantial quality. So it is not like this that just anybody have created. Number of papers have used these data sets, a number of models have been proposed, including the XLNet, including the BioGPT. Like you have nowadays, GPT is quite in focus. Then you have the RLS rearback means in short people do say, but it is RLAS, BIS, BC. Then you have the IENet, then you have the PALM 540B, etc. So there are different models are available, and there are a number of papers. So you can go to the academic repository, any academic repository, including the Google Scholar, and you will find multiple papers discussing the key domains, technologies, and the libraries related to these things. So we will again discuss the kind of databases and etc. related to this particular domain. But let's first evaluate these sort of things which are available at this particular page. So here they are saying that the point is that how we can get a machine to make progress on the challenging task of reading comprehension. Okay, and these sort of problems are not new. Historically, also means the large realistic data sets have played a key role, as they are saying over here. Okay, and that's why the sort of data sets play a key role whenever you are having some sort of this deep learning based thing into the picture, because the deep learning may be employed in the field of NLP also, because NLP also having very big data sets which is difficult to get digested by a normal system or a normal model. So you need the deep learning based models, and then they can quite well handle the things, because nowadays you are having the huge computing power and the computing resources. So in this way, to address the need of a large and high quality reading comprehension dataset, they have introduced the Stanford question answering dataset, and in short, it is known as SQUAD. Okay, why it is important? Because at 100,000 question answer pairs, it is almost a 2 order of magnitude larger than the previously manually labeled reading comprehension dataset, MC test. Okay, so before this, MC test was available, and it was almost half of this particular dataset, which is SQUAD. Okay, so you can understand the importance of this particular dataset. Now moving on to the settings and other things, so you can find the different characteristics of a SQUAD. Then you can find the related some of the questions and the related answers. And then you can find some of the divisions of the data set, that how specifically it is divided, whether it's a crowd outsourced or not, or specifically if you want to have a specific answer, then people do ask that whether it's quite challenging to handle it or not. And specifically, so many people have answered in the form of Google, what they say, like you have the Google list. Similarly, they have the Google email list. So if you have the Google groups, then they have the Google email list, where you can just enroll your email ID, and they will get or send you the related updates. So many times people who join a specific social group for just understanding point of view, because ultimately the motto of question answering is just to exchange information. So if you are exchanging information on a social media platform, or you are exchanging information through the mailing list or something like that, ways are different, but the motto is common. So that's why here also in data sets, when you are having a particular data set, one thing comes that whether the handling of this particular data set is challenging or not. If yes, it is challenging, then in what way it is challenging, and all these things you can have a particular answer to. Then coming to the challenges, so they are discussing a test of challenges, and it means what are the normal key challenges with respect to this particular data set. So these are some of the examples that they have discussed over here with respect to syntactic variation, etc., passage segment, etc. And all these things you can see, you can have a basic understanding of all these things, because if you understand the normal things with respect to language models, it is quite well easily understood. So hopefully this video must have been useful for you. That's all from my side. And if you didn't like anything, please do comment below and let us know what could be done to improve the quality further. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.